Hello and welcome back to G.T.O podcast. I'm Marc Anthony Davis, and with me is
Sam Walker.
And before we go on, let's plug some things. We got an Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon. Links to all those things are in the description. All that good stuff. Give us money, please. We need it. And also, before we go on with any news or stuff we want to get into, I'd like to talk about the games that we played this past week. We have our fingers tied. I know everyone wants to know that I play a new game. But you can go first, Sam.
I've been playing some GTA 5.
Why?
Because my brother got it for me for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It was on sale. And it's something we can play together now. Because I got him a copy.
Oh. Wait, y'all bought the same sale and just... Nice.
Well, I bought it for him because I was like, well, my parents are probably going to kill me if I buy it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Will was like, I got you, bro.
Alright, so why before Christmas? Isn't that like against the spirit or whatever?
It was on sale now, so I...
Well, yeah, you buy it now, but most people buy Christmas presents before Christmas. That's how that kind of works.
I know, I bought it now, and when the thing said, when do you want it delivered? Quote unquote, delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it for 5 minutes after I bought it, so...
Alright. What else did you play? Oh, wait. Before you even get to that, because GTA been out for since 2013.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about it. But this is your first time playing it, like really sitting down for yourself and playing it, right?
Yeah.
So how you liking it?
It's good. It's great.
How far into the story or whatever are you in?
I think I'm 25% maybe.
25%?
I've been playing for a day.
A day?
24 hours on the nose.
Alright. So I'm guessing you're really enjoying it. Do you see yourself playing this for the next 2 weeks on break?
I don't know, probably not, because I'll be with family. But when I'm not with family, yeah.
Alright, then. What's the other game you've been playing?
Some Madden 2K.
Mm-hmm. The normal.
The little stuff, yeah.
Yeah, bring out that inner black person inside of you. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of Madden
that's why
too.
I play Franklin and G.T.O.
Oh. How do you feel about Franklin, though? As a character?
He was the first one I really got to play as, and I was a little uncomfortable with the inner city gang warfare thing that I had to deal with. Lots of N-words being thrown around. My white guilt could not handle it.
It's very realistic, though.
It is,
yeah.
And that's why my white guilt couldn't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
My back was hurting from all the privilege I had to carry.
Oh, so you love Michael, you love him then, or his son?
Michael is probably my favorite character.
Alright.
He takes charge.
We'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah.
We play the game later. I've been playing Madden as usual. I'm the owner of the Saints, and let's just say I altered the ratings of some players, and we went 16-0, won the Super Bowl the first season. Let's just say that. Yeah, and I steamrolled every team, so that's fun. And I'm basically a billionaire now, because I'm just that. I just like the feeling of earning fake money in a video game. I don't know, just being a billionaire. I have nothing to spend it on, because you can only buy one thing, and that's a stadium. And once you buy the stadium, you're basically done. So there's no real end game, but.
So, are you the owner in the sense that you don't get to control the players, you just set the prices and stuff?
When you're owner, you can do everything and you set the prices. It's basically when you're a coach and you get to set other stuff as well.
So then there's no reason to play the coach, really, unless you don't want to deal with the money.
Yeah, if you don't want to deal with the money, I don't know if the coach has to sign people either.
Yeah, he does.
He does? Okay. Well, the difference then is setting prices and buying a stadium. So, if you don't want to do that, but it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is, for a season, save up all your money and then buy a stadium, and then you're done. I guess, the stadium, breaks down over a little bit, but it's still, like a 90-plus stadium, whatever. It doesn't really have any, replay value. Another game I've been playing, Pokemon Sapphire, of course, and I've been trying to get all the trainer stores and get 100% in the game. So I completed the Pokédex, and now I'm trying to get 50 battles in a row on a battle tower. So I have to defeat 50 trainers in a row in sets of 7.
Without healing?
No, they heal you between every battle.
Oh, okay.
Notable thing about that is 50 is not divisible by 7. So, a little interesting. So, this actually plays a major role in what really annoyed me. So I'm playing at first. My team is a Starmie, a Sceptile, and a Crobat. Level 100, kind of EV trained, kind of not. Got good IVs or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going through it, doing it in sets of 7, and in between the sets of 7, I also have to do get 5 master ribbons for each type of contest. So I got in between like the sets, I would go do a contest. You gotta do the normal, then super, then the hyper, then master. I did 3 masters, and I got 2 left, and they're pretty easy. Like if you never did the contest in Pokemon before, I give them a try because they're pretty interesting. So that was pretty fun. And then so eventually I got to like 49, and it told me you got after this one more battle, and then you get this achievement or whatever. And so you're almost there. So I saved my game, whatever, took a break. And had to go to sleep and then prepare for the test the next day for school. So I took the exam, came home. I was so eager to come home. Went on my Game Boy, turned it on. I started the battle challenge. I beat, I did 4 battles in a row, so I already surpassed it. Had 53 battles done, and I wanted to forfeit and press the run button, but they didn't add it in this game. Like if you're in a competitive battle at the battle frontier, in later games you press run, you could just forfeit the battle. But in this game, I don't have that, so it just says you can't run a training battle. So I had to go open the door or something, and I dropped my Game Boy, and then I'm like, but it wasn't like I dropped it from 5 feet in the air. I was laying on my bed, and I literally dropped it 3 inches from my bed, my cushiony bed, and I pick it up, and I'm like, alright, I turn the volume up, and all you hear is a screeching noise. I'm like, no. An hour and a half of my life just gone. And technically I already beat it, and oh my god, it's just...
Wow.
Yeah. But, and I've been trying to, I tried 3 attempts, so I got to 42, 35, and most recently, 47. And, yeah, it's really frustrating. I literally had it was in my hands and I dropped it. I literally dropped it. Anyways, let's go on to some more happier news, more patriotic news.
Patriotic, wow.
Yeah, the Sniper Elite 4 comes out on February 14th. And for all major platforms, I think that means it's an Ouya exclusive. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, that's...
So a trailer came out for the pre-order bonus recently. It's called Mission Target Führer, which means leader in German.
Yeah.
So you get to kill Hitler. You happy?
Again.
This is not a reused trope or anything. We really like killing Hitler.
No one has ever killed Hitler before. First time in the history of everything.
So how do you feel about this, Sam? You excited to kill Hitler? You gonna buy this game? Buy the pre-order?
I'm not gonna pre-order it because pre-ordering is a practice I cannot support.
I already went to GameStop and gave him $120. I bought the game twice.
I might play the game eventually. Probably not, though.
You ever played the other Sniper Elites?
I played the demo for Sniper Elite V2.
I played the whole game, I think. Well, I didn't beat the game, but I had the game on downloaded for some reason. But I'm really disappointed with the Sniper Elite games because you shoot somebody in the head, they had the nice slow mo, the bullet going through their head. But when you get out of that mode, it's just a body that's just not moving anymore. You can't see the brain coming out. I want to see the brain coming out, Sam. We'll move on.
Maybe with the it's a next gen game, so maybe.
But Sniper Elite 3 was a next gen game too, and they didn't have that. It was pretty much the exact same thing.
This is entirely a next gen game, though.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
this could be coming out on the PS4 Pro with its 4K.
Well, 4K support. Has nothing to do with graphics.
It's 4K support. Oh, of course not.
Anyway.
What you're talking about is aesthetic.
Well, yeah. I want brain, and I want leakage from the testy shots. You shoot a guy in the balls, and they pulverize in a little X-ray scene, but you don't see that. You don't see any of the fatalities. Is what I'm saying in the real world.
Yeah.
Anyway, For Honor campaign trailer came out for a couple of characters.
Yeah.
We talked about this months ago when I think we first saw it at E3.
Yeah, because I was so ready for it.
Yeah, I'm curious for a game like this. 'Cause I don't know if I actually played something similar to this, but so yeah, they had 4 different characters that they showed off. The first one was the Knight, the Warlord, the Shigoki, and the Peacekeeper. So we can go over the Knight first, since you know about it so much.
Okay, so this is your typical like Western knight, your Western European knight.
Yes.
It's kind of weird because the combat system, it's a little hard to explain. But you've got like omnidirectional
Yes.
controls, and you have to like move your joystick in the certain direction that you want to attack instead of just attacking and defending whatever the computer locks onto.
Wait. That seems really like arduous to do.
That's kind of the point, because fighting in a real battle.
Yeah, yeah, I get it, but I don't know about that.
It didn't look like the trailers really showed off much.
Yeah, it wasn't really like gameplay. Like it was in engine, but I don't think it was gameplay.
Yeah, it says gameplay, campaign gameplay trailer, but that doesn't.
It's kind of not what I mean. That's probably a cutscene from the gameplay. I mean, from the campaign, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's still fine. Whatever.
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know what to talk about with this particular.
Well, I wasn't really following the game as closely, so I found all of this pretty interesting. Like the Shigoki, for example.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I took note with it, I guess, because I just found all the characters unique and exciting, and I just wanted to say how excited I was because I want to maybe since I want to be realistic with its pairing system, it's just combat system in general. Maybe we could get more realistic aesthetic and violence. Like most of these games are just not realistic in my eyes, and they strive so hard to be realistic. But so hopefully when the Shigoki in one of the trailers, they show him like using some big spiky stick. I don't know the name of it. It's a big spiky stick.
Yeah.
Basically smashes the guy's head in, but you can't see the head get smashed in because the trailer or whatever, and it probably was on TV, and they can't show that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I want to see smashed head on the ground, like on every character, because on some cutscenes, so like going back to GTA, they show like violence in cutscenes, but they don't like if you shoot a guy in the head in the cutscene, like his head will be like in two pieces or whatever. But like in a regular person on the street, they'll just be like a limp body.
Yeah.
I just want I know it takes like a lot of computing power to like keep track of like every body that's been changed in that type of way. Like you live in a big level with all those like very fine tuned textures of brain and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's next gen, baby. I want it.
I've got a bit of a problem with this Shigoki.
Why?
Because he's very large.
Yeah, that's what I like about him.
Well, they're all heavies, except for the Peacekeeper, which is a newer character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for variety, but it just feels weird to me to have this kind of nimble, light character with a short sword and a dagger going up against three different types of tanks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, I think that it's speaking to like the realism that's going for, even though I don't know how realistic this is. I'm pretty sure it's
Knights, Vikings, and Samurai never.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of getting back to the thing in games when they try to do like realistic stuff, like a realistic meta game when it comes to combat games. You really can't like there's just going to be unbalanced there. So if you have, I mean, obviously you point out three tanks and one like stealth character kind of, or one quick character.
Yeah.
In shooting games, like first person shooting games, the first one that comes to mind, Insurgents. People like me clamor for a game like that for a long time. We got that realistic meta game in a first person shooter, and that game is not too fun. Like everyone played it at the beginning because it's like something new and cool, but like it quickly died because it's not actually fun. But I'm not concerned about this game being not fun though.
No, I'm not concerned about that either. So it turns out I was wrong. There are 12 champions.
Mm-hmm.
I had not been keeping track of that.
And this didn't have trailers for them.
Yeah. So these are trailers for newer like versions.
Yeah.
But it does look like there are some other light characters. So it's not as big a problem. It's not like they're just throwing this one skinny guy into a sumo fight.
Well, I gotta like what time period all these things based on? Obviously it's kind of medieval with the knight and the warlord and the peacekeeper, I guess. But like, or samurais kind of dressing like that, and I don't in like the 1400s. I don't know. I guess I gotta do my history. They're probably getting it more right than I ever could.
Wait, yes, they did. They did dress like this.
They were that big? They got sumo wrestlers to fight like that?
No, they weren't usually that big.
Okay.
They were usually more dex-based. Dexterity.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I forgot when this is coming out. I know the beta is coming out in January.
Beta starts in January. Maybe we'll get access to it.
Isn't it open?
I don't know. Right. If it's not, send this video to the developers, guys. Tweet it at them.
Well, I guess it will be open because they have a closed alpha for people. So usually they have open beta. But I don't know. We'll move on to another part of For Honor news, is that it will always be online. Now, I know we talked about this in months past, but this problem comes up once again. I have no problem with games being always online if you're actually being online, but
always online for a single player thing
don't make sense. I just don't like it.
I guess it depends on how they do it, because if it's always online like Dark Souls, well, even Dark Souls isn't always online, but you do have you are heavily recommended to be online. There's just like a backup option to be offline. So if it's anything like that, I'm okay with.
Wait, what do you mean heavily recommended? Like, what's the difference between like
you start off being online, but if you can always sign out and play offline.
All right.
But the default is playing online.
Is there a benefit to playing online?
You can join other people in boss fights, but you can also have those other people invade your world and kill you.
That doesn't sound like a benefit. Sounds like Watch Dogs.
Watch_dogs, actually.
Oh, my bad. That's all I want to say. I just don't like it, and here it is. It's going toward that future, which everything's going to be online. It's good. It's a good and a bad thing.
They could always back out.
Yeah, but they won't. Another part of the news is Xbox recently had an update that sped up their download speeds. I don't know how that works, 'cause I thought that like download speeds were all on the on our side of like our internet, but it says here, according to this article I got, is that if you have an internet speed of over 100 megabytes per second, then you should have an 80% increase in download speed. If you have under 100 megabytes per second, you should have about a 40% increase in your download speed. Now, this is downloading off the disc. I'm guessing. No, not off the disc. Like off the marketplace. I mean.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that works, but I'm happy for it because they're always slow. I was downloading a full like Call of Duty game once, and it just took me like I had to leave my Xbox on for like 12 hours. So my internet is trash, but hope like 80% better. I guess it'd be 40% better for me, but that'd be like around 7 hours.
I mean, Cox's internet down here, which is really the only option.
I look, like I said before, try to get Verizon Fios, not here. They just have like a monopoly on the internet here, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Can't even get 100. Like I think mine's like 10 up, 5 down or something. That might, on a good day, that might be that. But most days it's like in the kilobytes per second if you go on speedtest.org or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My internet is good if I'm like next to the router.
Yeah, if I'm in my bed, like using my phone, sometimes it will just disconnect from the internet completely.
Yeah.
And my Xbox half the time, if it seems like there's some type of conspiracy with my Xbox 360. When I'm playing a single player game and not using the internet, it will disconnect from Xbox Live almost 90%, like almost 100% of the time. Cause like after like a half an hour, like I'm not mad because of it because I'm not using it, but when I'm ever like playing a multiplayer game, it never disconnects from online, even though like nothing really changes. Like it could be within the same day, like it just won't do that. I don't know. Maybe the Xbox knows what's efficient for my bandwidth. Like, okay, you're not using it, you don't need it. That's a pretty altruistic Xbox I got. But it does go back to like the always online thing though, because internet's always going out in most places. There's only a few places when they have internet speeds above 100 megabytes per second. Like, you know how fast that is? Like, that's That's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like having above 10 some places is crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I can't wait to get out of this town.
Well, they have Verizon Fios in Baton Rouge.
There are more places in the country than New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Mark.
Nah, I'm just trying to get just inside the zone because it seemed like on the other side of Lake Pontchartrain, everyone's got it. Besides, like it just stops everything but New Orleans and Louisiana has it. I don't know.
LA has good internet, maybe.
Well, yeah,
depending on where
because
you
they
go.
They care about like all the big cities, like on the coast have them, but like, and then and the Midwest doesn't get anything, and like those rural states don't get anything.
They're getting Google Fiber.
Oh yeah, for them.
Like Kansas, Topeka. So Topeka, Kansas, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It helps somewhat. So I'm looking forward to taking advantage of someday. Anyway.
Yeah.
But when I first was reading about download speeds, I thought they were talking about before they mentioned anything about internet. I was thinking about downloading stuff off the disc that you have to do each time you get a game for the Xbox or the PS4, which I think is dumb.
The first time setup stuff?
Yeah, I don't get it. That's all I have to say. I just don't get it. So I'll move on to Broke Boy News. December 2016. Games for Go came out like 2 weeks ago, but I forgot to mention it. I just skipped over it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing my job as a broke boy journalist to give you what's good. So,
I'm true.
On Xbox One, you can expect Sleeping Dogs for the whole month of December.
For free?
For free. For free.
I don't care. It's still not a good game.
Well, what I don't get is that United Front Games, I think United Front Games, we talked about the news story that they went under, right?
Yeah.
So when you buy Sleeping Dogs when it's not free, where does the money go?
The distributors? Publishers?
Well, they just get all of it? Well,
I don't know.
Alright. And
it might go to like some of the creators.
But they don't exist anymore.
Well, some of them, like when a video game company goes under, I'm gonna use Bottle Rocket. Yeah, Bottle Rocket Entertainment. When they went under, some of them got jobs, I think, back at Sony, where they had originally done some contracted work.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not like they just disappear into the ether. They get jobs other places, and sometimes those places are where they were connected with the development company that they were at.
Well, I thought when THQ it went under, I just thought everyone that worked there just retired. So I thought that how that went. Anyways.
No, THQ was not popular enough to have everybody at retirement ready.
Oh, okay. All right. And also on Xbox One, Outlast from December 16th to January 15th. It is free. Oh, you're surprised? You like that? You like that?
Yeah, you ever want to see a man's dingus get chopped off in first person?
First person?
Play Outlast.
No. Anyways, on 360, you'll be able to download Outland. Oh wait, that's a different game. But oh wait, since I reported this so late because I'm a bad reporter, this already went by. It was from the 1st to the 15th, and that was like yesterday or something, or 2 days ago. So you can't get that anymore, but probably doesn't even matter. It probably costs $5 anyway. And you can get Burnout Paradise, which sounds like a racing game, from the 16th to the 31st.
Hey.
I'm definitely spending my Christmas break playing Burnout Paradise. And that's all we have for Broke Boy News and gaming news in general, unless you have something to talk about, unless you want to bring something to the table.
No, I was just looking more into For Honor when we had a break. But
All right. Well, next we're going to talk about movie of the week. It was Foxcatcher. Yes, very good movie. Before we get into talking about it, I recommend. I know I probably haven't done this before, but I recommend you watch this movie. It will. It's not an entertaining movie in that you won't.
You're not
enjoy
going to be on
it.
the edge of your seat like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm so happy.
No, actually, I kind of was on the edge of my seat.
No, I know, but you weren't happy about it.
Yeah, I wasn't enjoying it. I was captivated by it. Because I thought somebody All right, well, no, I was gonna stop myself. We'll get into it. Anyways, it was a drama thriller movie. It was 2 hours 14 minutes long, and as we normally do around this time, Sam is gonna read us the summary of this great movie. Hopefully, it's more accurate than the other ones we've been reading lately.
Yeah, I'm going to IMDb this time.
Well, that's what the Google gets it from anyway. So I think it's the same thing.
Mark and Dave Schultz, U.S. Olympic wrestling champions, joined Team Foxcatcher, led by multimillionaire John E. DuPont, as they trained for the 1988 Games in Seoul. But John's emotional self-destruction threatens to consume them all.
Man,
That's a very bare-bones description of what happens, but I guess going too far into it would be spoiling history.
Spoiling history. I really... Like, as soon as I finished the movie, I'm like, damn, I was really... That's probably the most I ever been invested inside of a drama movie.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of enjoyed this movie better than Godfather, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's your opinion. You can say what you want.
Thanks for supporting me on that.
I don't know if I agree with you, because I can't remember The Godfather.
Sound like you would agree with me then if you can't remember it.
Well, I don't remember like anything.
Well, okay.
Past a certain length of time. My brain is full of things that don't matter, so.
It's called gray matter, by the way. Anyways.
I just meant the memories. Memory
okay.
space.
But where you want to start with this, actually, in terms of thoughts?
I don't know. I was kind of... I wouldn't say I was scared. I was put off.
By Mr. DuPont.
Yes, it was... Well, because I already knew how this was going to end, because I had seen documentaries and stuff around this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was on edge the entire time.
When did it turn for you? Like, you realized Mr. DuPont was a crazy person?
When I watched the doc.
Oh,
I already knew before going into this movie.
But, like, when could you, like, tell, though? Because, for a person that hasn't know anything about it, I was going to it completely blind. Didn't even read the summary. I just Googled Foxcatcher full movie online. Then I started watching it. And then, it took me about, 45 minutes to actually... for one, to know that was Steve Carell playing it. And two, to know that he was crazy.
I think it was about the time when he started blaming Dave. It was Dave that he killed.
Yes, it was Dave.
Dave that he killed. I think it was when he started saying Dave was in the walls. When he got... Maybe I'm confusing this with the documentary. But there was a point when he started thinking Dave was out to get him, and that Dave was living in his walls, and there was a secret passageway that Dave was using to spy on him.
I don't remember that in the movie.
Well, that's when I knew he was crazy.
Alright, when you watched the documentary, alright.
But in the movie, it was just... when he just went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was shortly before he walked into the gym with the gun.
Man.
Or the training area.
Yeah. I thought it was one of the best told stories about a man who has been lonely his whole life and has really nothing to live for, and he just grasping to something that hopefully he'll get accepted, right?
Yeah.
And it going back to the first scene when he talks to Schultz, what's his name, Mark. When he talks to Mark and gets him he tells him that I'm a wrestling coach. I'm like, a wrestling coach? This look like no place for a wrestling coach to be, in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, all right. And then you get on later and later. He bought a freaking APC or whatever, and he shoots guns on a firing range, which is fine. He brought a gun inside the gym though and shot it, and does cocaine on helicopters and drinks liquor a lot. All these things I don't agree with from a life standpoint. And he just, he's just grasping for something to feel wanted, I guess, because he did mention his whole life he never had a real friend. The only friend he had was the one that his mom bought for him, which is sad. It's just he's just trying to, I guess he saw something in Mark out of all people. I don't know why. We don't get... I find myself asking a lot more questions than there are answers to them, because this is a sad movie with no real resolution. It's just
a guy goes crazy, kills another guy, and then goes to jail.
Yeah. See, what mental disease is that? Or is he just...
Schizophrenia, kinda?
I guess.
I think that's what some of the court. I think that's what the courts were trying to prove.
That he was mentally ill?
That he was specifically schizophrenic.
Oh, okay.
He was definitely mentally ill. I just don't know what.
Hey, I don't like accusing people of being mentally ill. Some people
He was.
Okay, alright. I agree. I feel...
Like, looking into what he did, all the things that he did leading up to it, he's definitely a sociopath.
Yes.
I would say.
Mm-hmm. I just didn't understand it, but I get that that's the point. He's not a sane person. So when I finished the movie, I read the reviews on IMDb, and the positive ones were kind of saying what I was saying. It was a story of like a sad story of like crazy people and delusional people interacting with each other. And then like the most sane person dies because he's being reasonable. What you kind of see in the comments when they got more negative is that people are like, I don't understand this movie. It doesn't make sense. None of this stuff adds up. We get like it just doesn't add up.
That's the point of the movie.
Yeah, that's for one.
That's why this is interesting. If it all added up and it's like, oh, I can understand why he killed him.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't care. But it's like the mystery of why this man went crazy and killed the person who was his best friend up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
They were tight until he started blaming Dave for literally everything that could possibly go wrong.
And then one comment explicitly said, "This is why real life events do not deserve to be in movies, because like most fictional events aren't worth being put on movies." Which
most factual events, you mean?
Yeah, most factual events. I'm like, I get, like, he just wrote this long ass essay in the comments. I'm like, okay, I get it. You seem like a reasonable, well, you seem like a logical person, an extremely logical person, and that, and in a kind of way that makes you kind of illogical because you're not getting the point. You're blinded by your own logic.
You're logical to a fault.
Yes. Because the whole point of the story, you have to understand, these people do not make sense. Mark Schultz, the wrestler who wants to become a gold medalist again and become a champion again, he will do anything to, like, for him to be successful, and he wants to get... He doesn't even know... Like, you got the feeling at some point that he doesn't even know what he really wants. In the first 20 minutes, he was easily swayed that he's fighting, training with him and going back to the Olympics is fighting for his country and bringing the country back to its former glory. And he bought into it, kind of because he's an idiot, but kind of because...
well, he just wants to get back to where he was.
He just wants to get back to where he was, but so, like, he bought into it, kind of, and then eventually he bought into Miss DuPont more and more, to the point where he was, like, freaking shaving his hair and, like, cutting Miss DuPont's hair and doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, when the guy puts you up in his training compound, gives you food, a house, really expensive training opportunities, I would go along with it as long as I was comfortable there.
Man, you saw that when they were wrestling though, like dim lights, Mr. DuPont's just laying on his back.
Yeah,
that's just
crazy.
I guess that was a deleted scene. Anyway, and like the only reasonable person in this movie seemed to be Dave, and about that, like he eventually gets dragged into this mess because at first he doesn't want to be dragged in to train again. He has a family now. He doesn't really care about that, and like at first I was respecting that, but then I didn't really get where this story could go. I never really felt until he was in it that this story could go anywhere. So that was a good thing, I guess. But going back to the review, the saying like this stuff just doesn't make sense. You just don't get the point of this movie. You can't give this movie a 0 just because you don't understand this. Like, you may like comedy movies, but you can't expect comedy from every movie.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to comment on?
Did they cover the racism in the movie?
Was that racism?
Did they cover DuPont's racism? Kicking all the black people off the team?
There's not a single black person in this movie.
Because he kicked all the black people off the team?
Yeah, but they never said that.
And he wanted, I think Dave had a black truck, or one of the other wrestlers had a black truck, and he was like, get everything black off my property. That was when I realized this man is not mentally stable.
Yeah, that never happened in the movie.
Well, they're missing some of the interesting parts then.
Well, yeah, the original cut of this movie was like 4.5 hours long, so they had to cut out a lot of stuff.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Would you mind watching a Foxcatcher 2? Like 1 and 2 with like a lot more details? Or would that just
that's
be too
what
much?
the documentary would be, basically.
Well, the documentary's that long?
I don't know, but it covers a lot of the stuff that this movie missed. So,
alright. Well,
do a 1-2 punch sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what else were you saying?
Oh no, just that those were two of the factual elements of the thing that would have made it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not something you just make up.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some pretty crazy fact is stranger than fiction situations.
Mm-hmm. You know, when Mark does cocaine, why? Like, it just seems odd to me. Like, he does some of these things don't have like he never has a comeuppance for doing cocaine or like anything. Like, I just feel like the plot wasn't resolved in that sense. I would like to know more about Mark. Like, where does he end up? Because there's very few things that are interesting about him. He didn't really have a personality.
Well, in real life, he cared about his brother probably to a fault, if I remember correctly. A lot of these people are just too good for their own good. Like, Dave would have left if he didn't like want to help Team Foxcatcher, if he didn't believe in DuPont, if he didn't have faith in DuPont as much as he did.
I don't get why. Okay, maybe the documentary came off differently, but in the movie, Mr. DuPont was doing like, all right, this is how you do an arm drag, this is how you do a gut wrench, like basic wrestling moves, and then Dave was like, okay, let's do arm drags. Like, he just said it kind of like, why are we doing this? This basic stuff. We're training for the Olympics.
Well, because Dave was already like the greatest wrestler in the world. He was the top wrestler
in his weight class. Sam.
That's all that matters.
Right.
Really, if you're at the top of your weight class, you're still the best.
Yeah. So another thing I noticed. Well, I didn't notice until like way late. I'm like, who is this? Who is Mark? Who's acting as Mark Schultz? Like, his face looks so familiar. Who is that? And I'm like, is that Channing Tatum? Oh, there he is, Magic Mike himself. So that's the last thing. We'll go with All Stars now.
The makeup in this movie was really good.
Yeah, I didn't know that was Steve Carell till like 40 minutes in. Until like you could hear like at one point he just started like talking louder. I'm like, oh, that's Brick.
Yeah, because I'm sure he wants to be remembered as Brick Tamland for the rest of his life.
I feel like when I was analyzing this, did he take this movie just to prove himself? That's what it seems like. Like, I'm not just some comedy actor. I could be like a really good dramatic actor.
I don't know.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, he is great in this.
I
didn't really have a huge problem with anyone in this movie. Like, no one really ruined it.
It was like 4 actors.
True. Yeah.
and a bunch of extras. It was hard coming up with 5 All Stars. I'll tell you what, because if I wanted to have a 6th one, like, I almost put Vince Vaughn, and he wasn't even like, I wanted to make up for the other one. But I couldn't do that. So the first All Star, of course, had to be Steve Carell as John DuPont.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum as Mark Schultz.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo as David Schultz. Sienna Miller as Nancy Schultz, as Dave's wife. Yeah. And Guy Boyd as Henry Beck, John DuPont's extremely obese assistant.
He wasn't the security guy, was he?
No, he wasn't. No. He was the... You ever seen the GM for the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that guy.
Oh, Pat Riley?
No. Not the G... No, Pat Riley's like some part owner or whatever. He's like the basketball president.
Oh, okay.
The real, like, GM. Or like cap manager, I think he is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy's huge. And he's basically like this guy. Anyways, Steve Carell was in 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's one option. Channing Tatum was in 21 Jump Street. I never saw that movie, but I'm definitely going to need some laughs after this movie, because there were none.
What are you talking about? This was the greatest comedy of all time.
I was waiting for this to be like a super dark comedy.
When he shot David Schultz in front of his kids, his wife and kids, dude, hilarious.
No. But because at the scene where he started like play wrestling with the wrestlers after they won the world championships, I'm like, oh, things are gonna get good. Everything's playful. Like it seemed kind of.
We're just one big happy family.
Before that, when he tripped on something, and he fell. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then he starts wrestling them, and he takes like one to the ground. Takes him like 30 seconds to do whatever to him. I'm like, wait, there's 8 wrestlers in here. Is he gonna like fake wrestle for like the next 7 minutes, all these wrestlers to the ground? Because then he did the second one. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, please cut away. And thankfully they did. But now I kind of want like 10 minutes of just him going at it, like them playing around, like just letting them horseplay with him.
Did the movie cover how John DuPont created his own wrestling league?
They kind of, yeah, he did, because he
and then he was in it and he won. Yeah. If you want to watch those highlights.
Wait, they got the legit ones on the
There's
YouTube?
some footage of it, yeah.
I'll look at that later. Interesting. Wait, how did he win? Like, were they like laying down for him?
Pretty much.
Okay. Why did?
Or he would get pinned, but then the ref wouldn't call it, and then he would. Whenever he pinned the other guy, no matter how many times he himself would have technically lost, they wouldn't call it until he won.
Next All-Star, Mark Ruffalo was in The Avengers. He was also in like other Marvel stuff. But this is where all the Marvel stuff really starts in terms of like the cinematic universe, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why not start here if you're gonna start at all? Sienna Miller was an American Sniper. I know this movie got to be pretty happy.
Pretty terrible.
Man, did this movie have like really good like gore?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay, I want to see some brain. If it's a sniping movie, it has to have brain in it. Headshots only.
Okay.
Guy Boyd was in Body Double. So I only picked Body Double because the cover, the poster for the movie.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, Google it if you're listening. I mean, it's nothing too bad. I mean, but it is salacious.
Okay, so whose turn is it to pick?
I don't know. I don't really keep track.
Well, if you want me to pick,
You can go ahead and pick.
I'm going to pick the Avengers.
Why?
Because
Pick like, come on.
Mark, I know. I have a problem, which is why I didn't necessarily want to pick. You pick.
Man, I'll pick the Avengers now since you want it so bad.
No, I don't care. I mean, I was just going for that because it would lead into a wider world of movies I could force you to see.
All right, the Avengers then.
You didn't have to go along with that.
Well, that's that. That's next week. Have you been playing the game of the month, Ace Attorney?
Yes.
How's that going for you?
It is interesting.
All right, that's all you're getting for now. You gotta wait 2 weeks. All right, now victories and vengeances. We're moving on to that. What?
I just realized we're filming these early. I'm not gonna have time to finish Ace Attorney. We're recording these early.
What do you mean?
Because the one that we're releasing 2 weeks from now is one that we're recording 5 minutes from now.
Well, yeah. We'll talk about Ace Attorney 3 weeks from now, and
okay.
I'm flexible.
Thank you.
I do yoga every now and then. I'm flexible.
Ooh,
anyway.
Hot yoga?
I mean, it gets pretty hot because I don't turn the air conditioner on.
That makes sense.
Yes. Victories and vengeances. A victory is that it was final exam week, the final week of the semester, where all your hard work or lack thereof culminates. You finally prove yourselves to your teachers that I'm not mentally retarded. I'm just borderline. IQ does not determine everything, so technically I could be smarter than what I put on to be. And I went pretty well. Every day's a half day on final exam week at my school, but I don't get why this is not a standard thing. At some schools, they only have 4 classes at some schools, and they take 4 of them between 2 days. So they're doing 2 exams a day. It's terrible. Anyways, so the exam was only 2 hours long, and I could spend the rest of the day failing at Pokemon. So, it was pretty much a wasted week because I didn't study that much, and I didn't finish any of my Pokemon goals. So, It doesn't sound like a victory now that I think about it. Or whatever. You got one?
No, I don't really.
Alright, another victory is that's Christmas break now. I got 2 weeks to do whatever I want. Hey, what's wrong?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. So that's great. You plan? Well, you have plans to like go see family, obviously, but
Yeah, it's my grandma's 90th birthday.
90th.
Yeah.
She's
We're gonna have a party.
She's like her birthday's on Christmas.
No, it's like 20. It might be on Christmas.
You don't even know.
Could be. It's like the 23rd.
How does she even know? She's 90 years old.
No, it's the 25th. It's 26th. It's right around Christmas because we're leaving on the 22nd, and we're going to be there for her birthday, or I will murder every member of my family, except for her, because it's her birthday.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't actually kill anybody.
how's your 90-year-old grandmother doing? Like, she like you still have a conversation with her?
Yeah, she's perfect.
Perfect.
I mean, as far as she's not like stuck in a hospital 24/7 on life support, so that's good. She's still walking around, talking.
No mental like deficiencies.
No, I mean she might be a tad forgetful, but everyone is. So
That's a.
she's had hip replacements, but again,
Everyone gets those.
Yeah, who hasn't?
It's like I'm on my 5th hip right now.
She's just a wonderful old lady. So is my other grandma.
Does she?
She's kind of slipping.
This is the barometer of a good grandma. I mean, there's a couple of them. Does she make good chocolate chip cookies?
I don't know, but she makes great fudge. She even gave me.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Now, if you have one of them grandmas that have oatmeal cookies that give you that, I'm pulling that plug when it's time. Anyways, victory is cold showers. I started taking cold showers about a couple days ago. Very precise.
They're better for your skin and your hair.
Yes, I looked that up. They're better for my testosterone levels, my fertility.
Because Mark's a manly man. Impregnating women left and right.
My sperm count overall, it increases by 491%. You know how much sperm that is? That's almost 5 times the amount of sperm.
That is 491% more sperm.
Yeah. What else does it do? It does a lot of great things. But I don't know if you want to do it if you're a woman. I don't know if you want to have high testosterone as a woman, but
it might change things a little.
Yeah, I mean you don't need.
It might affect them differently. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it also it gives fertility to women as well because the water does go down there.
Does it increase their sperm counts, Mark?
Yes.
That's impossible.
What I don't get is
they don't really produce sperm. So
did they make a new egg every month? Right. That's how that works?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't take a health class.
I don't know then. I don't know. Because that one study that said if a man took a hot bath every day, like a bath, like laying down in hot water, basically boiling your balls, like every other day for 3 weeks, for the next 6 months, they'll be rendered infertile. That's crazy to me.
That's good.
But
for people that want it.
I mean, you can just... Oh, you want trying to make yourself infertile so you never have to wear a condom again. Just go.
Well, I mean, people that want to do temporary infertility as a form of like male birth control. Mm-hmm. People that want that sort of thing now have that sort of thing.
I wouldn't want that. I don't want to mess with that. Because what if it never comes back? I don't know. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like. Skin get better, hair gets better, everything just gets better, and also like emotional stuff as well. So if you're depressed a lot, or if you just get depressed at all, like we all do, the cold water when it hits your skin, it forces your brain to release noradrenaline, I think it's called, and which is the stuff that's in kind of like an antidepressant, or like it's the natural antidepressant that fights that. But since it's forced to release it, it'll accelerate the antidepressing process faster, or mitigate the effects of your depression. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you just feel great afterwards. This is why athletes take ice baths. I didn't know this. I just thought I know why they like there's some athletes that just sit in a cryogenic freezer for 3 minutes. I'm like, what does it actually do? But this is what it does.
Are you talking about cryo sleep? Where they sleep in like the...
They don't sleep.
No, that's the hyperbaric chambers. Never mind.
Yeah, they sleep in there and they sit in the cryogenic because it's like insanely below zero.
Yeah, you would die if you tried to sleep in that for 8 hours.
I don't even know how to do it for 3 minutes. I don't know. I could probably do that for like 1 second. Just turn it on, turn it back off.
That's how you get infertile.
Yeah. Just freeze my balls. I mean, they won't be ovulating. I mean, fertilizing anything if they're frozen.
Quite literally freeze them off.
Yeah, it's a great thing. So you know, like every like I don't know how often you get deeply depressed, but like every like 5 to 15 months, you get like a big fit of depression, and now like your lows of depression won't be so low anymore.
Oh yeah, sure. It's only 5 to 15 months.
Well, I just didn't want to. I don't know.
It's not daily, right?
Oh jeez.
I don't think I'm depressed.
I mean, it's hard. Well, I don't know. The more and more time I talk to people, the more and more I get depressed. And the more and more cold showers I need to take from now on. But I'm debating. I wanted to ask you this. Do you take your showers in the morning or before you go to sleep?
Morning.
Why?
Or, like, afternoon.
But, like, on a school day, like, if you're going to school, let's say.
Morning. Wakes me up. Wake me up inside.
Stop. Okay. That's what the article said as well. But I don't have a problem waking up. I have a problem staying up. Around that 1 o'clock time, I drop dead wherever I am. I'm just like pass out.
That's because you need sleep.
Yeah, I wake up like at 3 or 4 o'clock every day.
You go to sleep at 1.
I go to sleep. No, I go to sleep at like 8. So I get the good 7 to 8. But you know,
why do you go to sleep at 8?
Well, at first it was because I wanted to get taller. Well, I mean, I guess now it's because I want to get taller. I just don't like waking up.
You don't need to get taller.
I don't like waking up with the sun in my face. Like because I guess it's like a micro evolution, I guess, or like I don't know.
Adaptation.
Yeah. That's what they call it, micro evolution. I'm an idiot.
Wow.
So like stop, okay? I don't like you make me feel bad. Speaking of, I need to turn the air conditioner on. I'm getting hot just talking so much.
Okay, so Mark is adapting to the sun existing.
Okay, anyways. In 5th grade, I used to live across the river. That doesn't mean anything to people that don't live in New Orleans, but I used to live across the river from my school, which is a long distance away, about 45 minutes. Yeah, from where my school was. So I had to wake up before the sun. If I woke up and the sun was in my face through the window, that means I am late. And being late gives me so much anxiety. Because as a kid, you don't want to be the one that comes in class and like you're the only one there and everyone's looking at you like that split second and you feel bad and the teacher like, why are you late? And go, I woke up late. I have no control over this. I'm a kid. I can't drive the car. Why are you blaming me for all of this? Yeah, and ever since I still have that anxiety to this day of being late. And the sun is just like the physical like embodiment of that anxiety. So I always try to wake up like 2 to 4 hours before the sun comes up, because the sun being in my face when I wake up is the first failure of the day. And I can't have a good day after I see that anyways. What I was talking about? Oh, I take my showers before I go to sleep. That's why. And isn't that kind of dirty? Cause like, well, I guess maybe if you change your clothes, I guess you wear pajamas. But like, I sleep in the clothes that I kind of wake up in. Like I sleep in regular clothes, right? Like in my undershirt, in my pants, my shorts.
Do you put on the same clothes that you had on before the shower, after the shower?
No.
Okay, well then I don't see what the problem is.
No. If I take a shower in the morning, like I go to PE or whatever, and I get really sweaty because I'm playing basketball for 90 minutes. And don't you kind of have to take a shower after that?
I don't know. It's basically the same thing.
But like if you sleep in there for 8 hours, like your bed eventually becomes like a dirty like little cesspool, which I guess is fine because you're taking a bath when you wake up. It doesn't really matter, but your bed is the thing that's becoming dirty now instead of you becoming clean earlier. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Anyways, I think I had a vengeance towards something. I can't think of it right now. It's something like Craig Sager passed away. If you're an NBA fan, you know all about him. He's the guy with the crazy suits, the wacky stuff. He's been wearing this ever since he was a little kid. You saw that picture? He was like 9 years old, wearing like some really like colorful suit.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's really known for that and having like interviews with or the signature ones, having that interview with Kevin Garnett, your boy.
Your boy.
And I wanted to pay my respect, but so I'm gonna ask Sam, since you care about stuff. How do you feel about Craig Sager dying?
Well, part of me is glad he's done suffering from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that can be a real strain. But, you know, a man died.
Yeah, a man died.
His family doesn't have to His not doesn't his family doesn't get to. Sorry, his family doesn't get to experience him anymore. But they also don't have to like worry about him anymore. You know what I mean?
Put up with this shit. Yeah, I get it.
That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Yeah, that just like over a year you have to do chemotherapy, literally killing you from the inside or from the outside, but it's killing you, like it's killing your cells basically.
And you know, there is a cancer treatment that works, like can cure cancer in most cases, and is on the fast track for human testing. So.
Damn. We lost a life because of that, huh? You couldn't they speed it up? Oh no, it's
they did speed it up.
It did? He didn't use it?
No, it's not done, but they have sped it up as much as they could, from what I hear.
Well, oh my bad. Craig Sager need to speed it up. Then why didn't hold on? Then got no resilience. Oh,
wow, Mark, just stop.
So my gripe is I have no problem with him passing. Obviously, I don't feel sad or whatever, but I'm like, oh god, a guy died. Yes, that is sad for his family. But why does everyone act like they care so deeply when the public figures die, especially old ones? And I have nothing against Craig Sager. It's something against people in general when a public figure dies. It's like when Prince died. He's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's been dead for a little bit now. But when people had like the huge outcry about Prince being dead, like, why do we? I had this like I never felt like I guess nothing's wrong with it, but I can't relate. Like no one has ever died that's not in my family that I've felt like I've been emotional towards, like in terms of musicians like Kanye West, and if Jay-Z and Kanye West died, would I cry? No, because their music is still here. I know it's like kind of a cold way to think about it, but
not really.
But that's their contribution. If they didn't make music, I wouldn't care about them because they'd just be just another person to me. Isn't that the same with like every public figure? Unless they died like Heath Ledger before their prime, then that's sad for another reason.
Yeah, it depends on how they die. I'm gonna be upset when some of my favorite YouTubers die, if they died before they retire from making YouTube videos.
I remember this only happened to me once when a YouTuber called Yodi Slayer died. He was a Call of Duty channel, and I loved him. He had a nice, beautiful country accent. He was kind of like a father figure when my father wasn't there.
Please tell me you're not being serious.
I mean, looking back on it, subconsciously. Is that even a word? I don't even know.
Subconsciously.
I feel like I mispronounced every word wrong. Anyways, he like looking back on it, he probably was, but I never acknowledged at the time. I was like a dumb 10-year-old. But he died because he was like kind of drunk with his friends.
Because he was kind of drunk.
Driving like he tried to beat the train. He tried to beat the train going over the tracks, and he got wrecked. He got wrecked pretty good.
Literally got wrecked.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his family.
Yeah, he also had this 2 little kids on the channel, like from time to time.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he had them in the car. And
no,
I'm
not
like,
in the
God.
car. And I remember it was kind of sad after for like a month. His ex-wife tried to, and his kids are trying to get the kids to do the channel.
Oh dear.
Like to carry the
legacy,
the torch or whatever. And I'm like, no, this is just sad. Just leave it alone. Oh man. I remember he had a series going on. It's called Moab Mondays or whatever. I miss Moab Mondays. Monday is not the same without him, you know. Anyway.
His family's Christmases aren't the same without him, Mark. His family's lives aren't the same. He's dead. You just don't get to watch your Monday videos.
Alright. Anyways, I think that's it for all the G.T.O podcast. We talked about games. We talked about movies. We talked about stuff. As we usually do. Can you end the video for us, these? Damn it. Thanks, Sam.